Hello, everybody. Let's talk about today's interesting event, Trump and Zelensky's row. The most fierce point is when once said that Zelensky was not respecting America. He used the word disrespectful. You are here, you are okay, have a quarrel with us, with President Trump and him, before the media. Uh, you have a quarrel. You are showing your disrespectful attitude to us, but there is I don't see any disrespect action, okay, of Zelensky, because Zelensky wanted to only show his idea, his requirement for the ceasefire. He has a requirement for the before the ceasefire, that is there should be a guarantee for his country. Otherwise, the Putin or the Russia will attack Ukraine again. I think this is very a reasonable requirement, a reasonable idea for being a president of the Ukraine, because throughout the history of the Russia, during these 100 years, we found that Russia's policy is always expanding their territory without considering the international law, without considering the fundamental human rights and the principle of the morality. Okay. As for Putin, he had waged war against the Ukraine in 2014, when he took over the Crimea, and then 7 or 8 years later, in 2022, it seized parts of the. It waged war. He waged war and took some parts, about 20% of the territory of Ukraine. So from Zelensky's worry is reasonable. Trump and Vance should let the hero have the chance to speak. But during the talking, I mean during their during that Trump before Trump and Vance reprimand Zelensky, there is no chance for the they should let the Zelensky speak his idea. This is not disrespectful. I think he's using the disrespectful is not right. I mean, Trump and once was bullying the Zelensky, who was a hero of Ukraine. You know that 3 years ago, when Ukraine was nearly occupied by the Russia, the United States and some other European countries leaders has asked the Zelensky to escape and to retreat and establish a headquarter in Europe, in Western Europe, but Zelensky refused to go, and he insists on remaining to take the risk of being killed by the war. And I think this showed he was really a real man. He's a real man and real hero of Ukraine. I think Trump and Vance are two clown, okay, presidents. actually, this Trump was very never said bad words or dirty words or blamed Putin, but he has always seems to be an enemy of the Ukraine and Zelensky. Zelensky asked once, yeah, you said you want to solve the problem with diplomacy, but since 2014 to 2024, these years has passed, and Putin has never, okay, uh, has never, yes, the agreement between Russia and Ukraine, they have a lot of the agreement, but never observe the Putin never, you know, keep the promise, keep the, keep the always broke the agreement. This is what Zelensky said. So it is impossible that we should trust him. I think it's also very reasonable. And Zelensky, throughout the dialogue or so-called raw, actually, Zelensky never showed disrespectful to the two presidents, President Trump and Vance. Okay, and once said to the Zelensky, "You have problems of the bring people to the front." I think, of course, during this 3 years brutal war with Russia against Russia, there will be some problem. Okay, some people will not will not like. Some people don't like to be enrolled to be soldier. This is true. Every country has this kind of situation, and in Ukraine, the age limit for conscripts enrolling the soldiers is quite large. That means 27, as I remember, 27. The only those who are 27 or over 27 can be enrolled as soldier. So that is very, very, I think it's very old, okay, compared to other nations, okay. And during the quarrel with Vance, Zelensky said, Vance said, you have problem in your country. But Vance said, yes, there has been always problems all the time. Every person has problems, okay. Even you have a problem, and that you have beautiful ocean, so you don't feel the danger from the Putin. His means is that then at this time the Trump could not bear what Zelensky has said. Then he said, you are not in the position of dictate what we are going to feel, because Zelensky said that but in the future you are not feeling the danger of the Putin, but in the future you may feel that this has nothing very, very, I don't think it's a serious insulting or any sign of his disrespecting Trump or American. But Trump said, you are in no position of dictate what we are going to feel. You are in no position. He used the word dictate. As I know in English, dictate means ask somebody, say something and ask somebody to do according to what you say. This means dictate. The Zelensky just spoke out that maybe in the future you will feel that danger. He didn't dictate what you are going to feel, what the American going to feel. Okay, I think the only reason that Putin and Vance was hate or dislike Zelensky is that they have different idea for how to end the war. Okay, this is the only reason. And once Zelensky want to have the guarantee, okay, for the sign for the ceasefire. Okay, if we ceasefire, we Ukraine people ceasefire, sign the ceasefire agreement, there should be guarantee for the from the Western countries that Russian will not attack the Ukraine again. Okay, I think this is very reasonable. Okay, because Americans think that Putin. I don't say. I mean, I don't mean America. I think Zelensky, Trump, is absolutely wrong. He thinks that maybe he thinks that Putin is a good guy. He think that Zelensky is a disgusting person. His attitude to Zelensky is much worse than his attitude to Trump, to Putin. He never said anything that Trump is not good, is an aggressor. He even said that Zelensky is a dictator. So you will find that Trump is a liar. He always lies and lies. Okay, this is what he is always doing all the time when after he became the president of the United States. Okay, for example, he lied that Zelensky was not a dictator. He was elected by the Ukraine people, and also he said that Zelensky's the approval rate by the Ukraine people is only 4%. Okay, actually the number is over 50%. Okay, and Trump, I think it is Trump that disrespect Zelensky. Okay, and disrespect the Ukraine people. He said, "You have no cards." He said to Zelensky, "You have no cards," and what is the most disgusting about Trump is that he is always doing everything. He is doing everything by a deal instead of by value. Okay, why American is strong and powerful and has gained the trust of the world because it has good value. Okay, universal value, and the action of trying to keep peace and trying to push the democracy. There is a journalist I remember asked Trump during this today, and he said that I remember he's from Poland. He said, when I was a child, I admire America not only because it was a rich and powerful country, but it was a country that let people think of its good. Okay, it represent good. Okay, but now seems if you have approach Putin too close, then this kind of his meaning is that this kind of the impression will disappear or will be weakened. Okay, that's true. Why American is so powerful and strong, not because they have high technology, but also because his efforts and ability to keep the democracy, keep the justice. Okay, if everything is done, Trump is very disgusting. I think he is always talking. Everything can be dealt with by deal. By deal. Okay, that's very disgusting. This is words for the businessman. But if you run a country, you cannot only use the way of doing business. Okay, a country or the world is a combination of commercial transaction, of the human rights, of keeping justice, and it's a combination of very colorful activity for life. You cannot just solve all the problem by deal. Okay, can you make a deal with value? Okay, can you make a deal with love? Can you make a deal with other precious and precious quantity of the human being? That sounds very, ridiculous. There's a saying that if somebody looks like a duck and walks like a duck and act like a duck, it is a duck. He is a duck. So Trump looks like a dictator and looks like a dictator and a person without value, a person with low level, and acts a, like a person of low value and low level. So he is a person of no level. Okay, he has no value in his heart. Only there's a deal. Americans powerful doesn't come from deal. Doesn't come from deal, but come from the great value. This is what he is always making mistake. Okay. How have American citizens elected such a kind of the low level, low quantity president? It is unbelievable, I think. Yeah, it is unbelievable. Okay, I think most Americans' soft strength, soft power, and the good impression has been damaged by Trump and Vance, the two clown presidents. Thank you.